we request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating comments or actions directed at officials, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation. I ask at this time that you please rise and join me for a moment of silence. Our community lost someone really special this last week from Mervo High School, a student and football player, Elijah Gorham. He tragically lost his life, and we want to take a moment of silence now in his honor. Thank you. Please remain standing for an opening prayer, followed by our national anthem. We pray. Heavenly Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, officials, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event and in all that we do. We pray for the safety of all participants. Protect them, Lord, from injury and harm. And finally, we pray for your grace, that you would provide us with the needed endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. And now we honor America as our Concordia Pep Band leads us in our Star-Spangled Banner.
Hello, football fans. We are coming to you live from the campus of Concordia Prep School here in Towson, Maryland for this football game against the St. Paul Crusaders and your Concordia Prep Saints. Concordia comes into this one with a 3-0 record in the conference, and St. Paul's is 0-2. But St. Paul's is much better than that record, Miles, as I'm joined here by partner Miles Goodman.
Yeah, it's when talks with Coach Joe and watching some of the pre-game stuff, you can see they're a better team than their conference record. Their overall record, I believe, is 3-2. So this is definitely going to be a good game. It's a beautiful day for football. Getting a little bit of cloud cover now. We know some weather's on the way, so we'll just kind of monitor that as it happens.
The game was moved up from 2 p.m. to 1 p.m. to hopefully avoid the weather. According to some weather outlets, looks like 4 p.m. is when the weather's going to get here. Hopefully the game is either almost wrapped up or wrapped up by that point. Hopefully it's not going to get too wet out here today.
Yeah, beautiful field it looks like the field will withstand some weather. You can see there's some wind blowing from the one end zone towards the other end zone. It doesn't seem to be affecting the kicking game, the pregame kicking, but we'll see how it goes.
The wind does appear to be blowing from our right to our left. The flags on our left look like they're blowing pretty good, but the flags on top of the right field goal posts aren't moving that much. You pointed that out in the pregame. It's very interesting how the wind's going today.
Yeah, it looks like a swirling wind coming in. There'll definitely be advantage going from your right to your left as you drive down the field. You can see changes in the passing game. The Crusaders are more of a triple option team, so we're going to see a lot of running from them. We'll see some passing, but I think we're going to see a lot of running. We'll see in what direction Coach Joe Battaglia takes the Saints today, if he's going to open up the offense or we're going to stay with more of a ground game.
Concordia coming off a win against Mount Carmel. They won 14-6. They started down 6-0 and came back. What does a comeback win like that mean for you going forward?
I think it brings a lot of confidence to the team. Players feel that at no point is a game unwinnable. You play to the last minute, you play hard, and you try to make it happen. And I think especially in high school ball, it's just it's building the confidence, experience for hopefully being able to move on.
Not only is this a big conference game, it's also homecoming today.
Yeah,
we will have halftime Hall of Fame inductions, and there's a big homecoming dance for the team today. So they got to win for that, right?
It's always an emotional day for homecoming. Brings out the best in school spirit and in football teams.
A lot of fans out today, and we are getting ready for kickoff here for your Concordia Prep Saints and the St. Paul Crusaders. And it's going to bounce in the end zone and go out. It'll be a touchback, and St. Paul's will start at the 20.
You can see the wind. He had a little bit of wind advantage. There was a nice kick. He is a good kicker. We've seen him make a 38-yard field goal a couple of weeks ago here, but there's definitely going to be a wind advantage moving in that direction.
Mentioned that kick. It was a 38-yarder. It bounced off the crossbar and in. He was Justin Tucker before Justin Tucker, if you will.
Right.
And now he might get an extra yard or two today with this win. And St. Paul's is ready to start an offense in the pistol. Motion from left to right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, but not a lot of room there. Mike got a yard.
Handoff stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And it'll
straight up the middle.
It'll be 2nd and 9.
Second down and 10.
Concordia has prided itself on its defense, and once again, defense with a big game today will just continue that whole season of creating that the whole thing about the defense.
Well, Joe Spataglia, the head coach of Concordia, is the defensive-minded coach, and he did mention stopping big plays. That was a big part for today. Handoff up the middle, goes off the left side, big hole. It's going to be a first down and a little more, maybe 11 yards on the gain there, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for St. Paul.
He got to the corner.
It's enough for a Crusaders first down.
Max Roninghaus on the carry there.
That was nice. He started up in the middle and then bounced it to the outside.
And they get the Concordia Prep Saints to jump off sides. Yeah, it'll be encroachment. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, I believe, and it'll be a 1st and 5. Penalties is always something you want to avoid.
Yeah, that's part of the game, but
it is part of the game. Yeah,
you do want to be disciplined, but several guys jumped there.
Like we mentioned, it's homecoming, so you get extra amped up for this one. Snap, tosses it out to the left, and it'll be a gain of about maybe 2 or 3 there, up to the 40.
Yeah, there was your option there.
And it'll be a 2nd and 2, I believe.
Yeah, 2nd and short.
2nd down and 2 for the Crusaders from their own 40.
It's a good time to make attempt one of those big plays, because then it leaves, if you don't succeed, it leaves you in a 3rd and short.
Bear takes a snap, tosses it to the left again, and it'll be close. Did he fall forward for the first?
Yeah, he got it.
Hand off to Mason for
They're going to single, all right, for a first down. It is a first down.
For the Crusaders.
On the carry there was Mason Ferreira, number 44. So it looks like St. Paul's must have something going off to the left side. They must prefer to run that way, or must see something in film to go that way. I don't think we've seen a run go to the right yet.
No, we've gone up the middle and we've gone around the left side.
Big snap, hands it off.
Back to the left
No,
side.
back to the left side. Yep, end around. And that is going to be a first down gain of about 12 or 13 there. And that was Rottinghouse.
Another first down for the Crusaders inside Saints territory.
And like you mentioned, Joe Battaglia, the coach, did tell us they are a triple option offense. So they're going to run it down your throat, and they're going to make you stop you.
Yeah, and there was a little misdirection there on that play.
Fooled me. I thought it was going up the middle.
Well executed. It's time for Concordia defense to make the big play here.
9:08 left here in the first. At the 46, and there's going to be a whistle here.
No flags, just a whistle.
And it's going to be a pass here, running off the right side. Quarterback to the 40, and is going to step out at the 37-yard line.
Jake Bear on the keeper.
There's a flag down, though. Quarterback keeper there was Jake Bear.
We have a holding.
There was immediate pressure, so I'm not sure if that was a design quarterback run or an actual pass.
Yeah, it's coming back, holding on the offense. Quarterback has some speed, though. Have to look out for that going through the rest of the game.
In the backfield.
And that'll make it now a 1st and 20 on the hold.
It's a spot foul.
Oh, is it a spot foul?
So the first down from the Crusaders 35.
So now it's first from the 35.
To be 1st and 28.
It is a 1st and 28. It's a big penalty there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. It was a spot foul. How did the foul happen at the 35-yard line?
I'm not sure.
Somebody will have to explain that to me later. This is where the defense now has to really focus.
1st and 28. You got to get a stop here.
Right, no penalties. Just make the play.
Well, that was a snap. Hands it off up the middle again, but not a whole lot of room. Maybe 2 or 3 yards there. And it'll be a 2nd and 25 now.
On his birthday, Toy Kelly on the tackle.
Yeah. Hey, happy birthday.
Toya to Kelly, if you heard the PA there, it's his birthday and he had the tackle.
Yeah.
That is.
For the Crusaders.
It's homecoming. It's his birthday. What a day for him.
Doesn't get much better than that, unless he recovers a fumble or has an interception.
3 receivers to the left.
Motion.
Tosses out right. And not a whole lot of room. Maybe even lost a yard on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 25.
Matuge with the stop there, drove him out of bounds. Nice play.
That's Koge Matuge.
Yeah. Nice play.
And a big 3rd down here. St. Paul's was driving, they got the penalty, and now if your defense got a chance to stop them.
It's pretty cliche about penalties being drive killers, but that really set them back from being at the 37-yard line.
It was like a 20-yard. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but it was a 20-yard penalty. Definitely have to get clarification on that one.
I know high school rules are different than NFL rules, but I'm not quite sure.
Takes the handoff, screen pass off to the right, and he's going to get about 5 yards up to the 40, and it'll be a 4th down here for St. Paul's.
Nice stand by the defense after kind of giving some plays up early to come back after the penalty and really shut them down.
Garrison Curry there with the reception. And the St. Paul's Crusaders now are on to punt.
And I think I've said this every week. Look out for Everett Dingle. Everett Dingle, the return man, is very explosive.
Very explosive, very elusive. The punter on here is Chase Popple.
I think Coach Joe Battaglia
almost blocked. Going to bounce about the 38, and it's going to be touchdown there. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line for the St. Paul's Crusaders. The defense came out, got the stop, and now it's your turn for the offense.
Yeah, Jordan Brooks. We've seen a lot of Jordan Brooks through the early parts of the season. We've seen Jordan Brooks look to grow as a quarterback. He's got speed. He's got the arm. He's got weapons on the outside. He's got a very solid running game. Anxious to see what he brings to the table today.
And as we've seen before, this team can score from any point on the field, it seems like. Brooks in the shotgun. And it's going to hand off, but the whistle's going to be blown dead.
Flag before the play is snapped.
It's going to, I believe, be a false start.
We got a false start
on Concordia. And that'll push them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now at about the 32-yard line. Correction, sorry, 34.
Look out for number 3 on St. Paul's. Very dynamic player.
We will definitely get into him in a minute.
Ernest Willer.
Brooks in the shotgun. Hands it off, up the middle, and is going to get all the yards back and some more. It is going to be 2nd and about 8 now.
Strong push up
On the carry there was Keenan Gilchrist.
Keenan Gilchrist on
a lot of
carry.
downhill running there. Just push the pile. He hit it hard and just continued going.
Gain of around 8.
And there's a flag. I'm not sure. That came late there. I'm not sure what happened.
The flag's right in the middle of the Concordia
Came
huddle.
out very late.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
On the offense.
Didn't see it. I didn't see what happened.
They were huddling up. And it was when it came in, like you said, it landed in the middle of their huddle. So
might have been a little bit too much chatter.
Mm-hmm. Definitely don't want to have that today on either side. You want to keep this a clean, a nice high school football game.
Yeah, you never really want that.
No.
You just go out there and play ball, do your job. Leave the chatter for after the game.
And we've seen it at all levels, it seems like, this year. The taunting and unsportsmanlike conduct has been a big point of emphasis across football.
Yeah, from the NFL level down. So the ball spotted.
See where they stop this ball, yeah. It's at the 41. Let's see where they take it back to.
It's a long walk.
I believe that is a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard.
It's going to come back to the 28, I believe, here.
Like we said, penalties are drive killers, and then you have the 2 penalties, but you go out there and try to make the best of it.
Bring up 2nd and long for the Saints.
If there's any saving grace here, it's you have Jordan Brooks as your quarterback, who is very dynamic, very dynamic.
He can get outside, he can throw on the run, he creates plays.
He's on Mister in a quarterback for the Saints.
It is also a loss of down, so it is 2nd down.
Do we have a quarterback change?
We do, apparently. Hand up the middle. That is Gilchrist again. He gets a chunk of yards. It'll be a 3rd and about 15. Keyshawn
Mister was in, I think, for one play. I think Jordan Brooks is back. Is Jordan Brooks coming back now?
He is walking back out now. I'm not sure exactly why.
3rd and 15 for the Saints.
5 minutes ago in the first quarter, no score.
3 receivers on the left. Brooks in shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Screen pass off to the left. And he's going to get to the 40 and about the 44, 43.
From Brooks to Derry.
Derry on the reception there, Josh Derry. And it's a play got you what you needed. Now it's a 3rd or a 4th and manageable. It looks like they're going to punt it. But I wouldn't have been shocked if they went for it there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's a little early in the game to take any big chances like that, to try to go for it from your own 44-yard line. I think maybe if this was a 4th quarter, I could see Concordia going for it. But I think now, in a nothing game, this is a smart play to go ahead and punt the ball away.
Also punting with the wind at your back.
Yeah.
Maybe get an extra yard or 2 here. Bentz the punter. Gets it off cleanly. It is going to bounce at about the 25.
Good bounce.
And roll. It's at, looks like the 12. A great Concordia roll there. And a beautiful punt by Bentz.
Home field bounce right there.
Yes. And that's where the St. Paul Crusaders
defense comes back on the field.
Will take over at the 12.
He kind of played that well. He played the wind, got the ball up in the air into the wind, and then let the ball do its thing when it hit the ground and roll forward.
4:29 left here in the first. Neither offense has gotten a whole lot going yet, but that will change as both offenses are very dynamic here.
Both have struggled with penalties. They've had drive-stopping penalties, both of them.
Bear in the pistol, motion. Fakes the handoff, still has
In
the ball.
trouble.
At the goal line, is going to be picked off. Concordia at the 5, and it is a touchdown for the Saints. I believe that was Keenan Gilchrist.
I think so. I think you're right. I think
It's
it was
number 2, Keenan Gilchrist with the pick 6. We mentioned defense. I mean, defense comes up with a big play there.
Keenan Gilchrist.
Well, it all, when you look at the sequence of the punt and backing him up and then the pressure on the quarterback, and he tried to make a play, which is what great quarterbacks do. They try to make plays there, and in this situation, it got picked off and returned for a pick 6. I mean, without the benefit of seeing a replay, it's hard to go back. But, I mean, those are what good quarterbacks do. I mean, they do try to make plays in those situations and get the ball upfield and turn a difficult play into a really good play.
Bentz on for the PAT here. Hold down, kick up. And it's good. And it's now 7-0 Saints with 4:20 left in the first quarter.
7-0 Saints, 4:20.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback there for St. Paul's, I mean, almost had a safety. Luckily ran out of that with all the pressure in his face, but it just had an unforced error. But again, like you said, was really trying to make a play there, and
yeah,
things happen. Things happen. And now he gets the ball right back with a chance to answer.
Yeah, I mean, in all my football years of experience, I'd never criticize quarterback for making a play like that because he's trying to make a play. He's trying to make something good out of a difficult situation. You do try to protect the ball. You don't want the turnovers, especially a pick 6. But those are the things that at this level you're learning and you're growing. And probably the next time he's either going to throw the ball out of bounds or try to turn it upfield a little bit for, run out of bounds, try to get what he can on the ground.
Bentz ready to kick it off here. And the ball is going to bounce in the end zone and be a touchback again, as you mentioned, that wind. really playing a factor here early.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Seems to be a couple degrees cooler now than it was a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, you got cloud cover, a little bit of a breeze. Feels more, starting to feel a little bit like a little bit more like a Baltimore fall day.
Like a fall football,
yeah. Till tomorrow when it's 50 degrees or whatever tomorrow is supposed to be.
Saints fans here making some noise.
Hey, it's homecoming.
Yeah.
Got to make some noise.
St. Paul's is back on offense here. Hands it off up the middle. Not a whole lot there, though.
Hole opened up quick and then shut down quick. When he first took the ball into the hole, it looked like it might be a 5-7 yard type of gain. And then the hole closed up very quick.
And it'll be a 2nd and 8 now with 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. St. Paul's trying to put that last turnover behind them and answer right back to get this game tied back up. Takes the snap, tosses to the right, and a little bit of room up to about the 26. And it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Justin Harvey on the tackle.
Nice run by Josh Icard. The way he leaped over one defender, got a couple more yards out of it. Athletic move.
And now 3rd and 4 here for St. Paul's. Defense trying to give the ball right back to their offense here for Concordia.
Big play by the defense. Set the tone right here.
Takes a snap, looking to pass. Pressure off the
from
left.
behind.
He's going to throw it. Oh, batted down. Lucky to get that ball away right before he got hit.
Lucky on 2 fronts. Lucky to get it away, and lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yes. And it'll be a 4th and 4.
Good stand by the defense.
And it appears St. Paul's is going to punt.
Now let's see how this plays out. Punting in, kind of into the wind here.
Yeah.
And look, again, I say every time, Everett Dingle, lots of speed back there. The Swiss Army knife of the Concordia.
Yeah.
Low snap. Got it away.
Caught it at about the 45, makes a cut, goes up the middle.
There he goes.
45, 40.
There's the Swiss Army knife.
Has some blockers, 30. There's a
we got all
flag.
sorts of flags at the 40.
And he's down to the 15, but there is going to be flags, and it is definitely coming back. See about 3 flags sitting there.
I think we have a holding there. But Everett Dingle, on those special teams plays, that kid is dynamic.
Reminds me a little bit of Devin Hester. Remember from the Chicago Bears.
He was a return specialist. Actually, he was a Baltimore Raven there, I think, for a short time.
Yeah, for about a second, yeah. So it was a block in the back on Concordia, and that will be coming back. I mean, he received it at about the 45, made a cut to the right, and was gone, essentially. I mean,
he sees those holes,
yes.
He sees those angles really well, and he has the speed then to get to those, make the cuts, get back into the lane, and pick up his blockers, and that's what he did there. But we had a block in the back. Good field position, still at the 50-yard line.
That's where that's where Concordia will take over with 2:40 left here in the first. Concordia 7, St. Paul's 0 so far in this one.
On this homecoming Saturday in Towson, Maryland.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Got a late.
Brooks in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to pass.
Here comes the blitz.
Caught there at the 40, and that's where he'll be tackled. That was Cliff Gillis.
I saw Ernest Willer coming from the corner there, number 3, and but they got rid of the ball quickly. Brooks got rid of the ball quickly.
Willer has offers from Penn State, Maryland, and Virginia Tech. So I think he's a good player. I mean, 3 Power 5.
I think you want to know where he is at all times.
Yes. I'm sure Joe Battaglia was preparing all week for him.
Yeah, very talented athlete, has the size, has the speed, has the skills.
Three receivers left, 1 to the right. Brooks back in shotgun. Motion to the right, toss to him. It's not going to get him. No, 40, eludes a tackle and about up to the 44. Nice play there by Everett Dingle. Almost lost the yard, but gained 4. Turned something into nothing.
Good play, good run. Little stiff arm there.
Bringing up 2nd and 6 for the Saints.
It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line. The minute 38 left here in the first. Brooks takes the snap, looking to pass. Going to elude off to the right, and is going to get about 2 yards up to about the 33.
Brooks keeps it. Gain of a couple.
And that's where it'll be 3rd down.
Be 3rd and about 4 yards to go.
This will be 4-down territory.
Yeah. Too close to punt it.
And
too far to
for
kick
field
it.
goal, yeah. So I think here, if they don't get 1st down here, this is going to be 4-down territory.
Brooks takes a snap, looking to pass again. Guns it, and it's caught at the 25 and down to the 22.
Pass complete.
And that was Gillis again. And that is a 1st down for the Saints.
This is an interesting battle to watch on this side where Willer is coming off the corner each time and watching the battle from the offensive line against him and seeing how they're pushing him back behind Brooks.
He definitely stands out. His explosiveness,
his athletic ability,
size, yeah.
He's lined up on the other side this time.
Brooks in shotgun, steps up in the pocket, and
just
tries to run with it, but
Willer
just got a foot on a hand on the foot there and trips him up, and it'll be down at the 20.
You definitely have to key on him from the offense. You know, the offense has to key on him and know where he is every play because he will make. He's a problem in order to contain on every play.
That's the end of the first. Saints up 7-0. And you pointed out they were switching him from side to side.
They actually, the offensive line did a decent job against him. He got him coming back afterwards, showing his speed to pursue back up the field.
I'd like to mention the concession stand we have here today at Concordia Prep.
I got to get a homecoming shirt. What is it, $10 for a homecoming shirt?
I saw that. Yeah, I might have to pick one up on the way out
here. Heck yeah.
But the concession stand is run by Miss Barty, Miss Bell, Mr. and Mrs. Humphrey today. Thank you for volunteering on that. There is pit ham, pit beef, hot dogs, cheeseburgers. I'm telling you, I walked past it on the way up. The aroma coming from that trailer is.
I had a burger on the way up. That's where you want to eat today.
And if you want to find out more about advertising with Saints Athletics, please contact CPS Advancement Director.
That was a good first quarter. Well played. A couple of penalties, stops, a couple of drives early, but I think we're seeing what both teams are about offensively and defensively.
And it's 2nd down from the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So now we have the change in the wind here. You know, although I don't know how much it's going to affect the quarterbacks as much as the kickers.
Brooks in the pistol. Throws it out to the left on a quick screen. And it's going to be a 1st down there for the Saints.
And for our homecoming court and recipients of our distinguished alumni and Athletic Hall of Fame nominees, you can do that.
That was Derry on the reception.
Brooks has got a big arm.
You know, what's the best way to eliminate the pass rush? Quick passes, and that's what they've been doing. A lot of screens so far today.
And he's getting the ball out there quickly. Not only is he releasing it quick, he's got a strong arm. The ball's getting there quick.
And a lot of yards after catch in this one. Brooks back in the pistol. Low snap, hands it off. And not a whole lot going there for Gilchrist. And it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Gets it back just across the line of scrimmage.
It's good there just to protect the ball, finish the play. Low snap kind of took
from the 10-yard line.
Took the play away.
Didn't make it a disastrous play, right? Lucky just to kind of get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Takes a snap, hands off up the middle. Gilchrist to the 6, and he'll be stopped there.
Gilchrist again makes his way down.
And it'll be a 3rd and 4.
They can get a 1st down at just inside the 2.
Yeah, 1st down is possible here. Third and about 5.
Let's go, Saints, get in there.
Brooks is going to appears under center for this one. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, a lot of pressure. Decides to just throw it away. And then it'll be 4th and 5 from about the 7-yard line.
Nice play by the Crusaders defense.
And Bentz is on to attempt the field goal. Be about a 26-yarder, I believe, from here.
Yeah, where's the spot of the ball?
They have not spotted the ball yet.
About the...
They're going to put it at the 15, so about a 25-yard field goal.
Wind appears to be kind of calm at that end of the stadium.
It's kind of a swirling wind as the leaves fall in front of us. Hold down, kick up, and it's good. And that makes it 10-0 now. Saints on top of the Crusaders.
Okay, way to get points out of that drive. That's important. To capitalize and continue to just get.
10:04 left to go in the second quarter.
Fans are making themselves heard today.
Well, it's homecoming. It's big day. Band is cranking. It's a good day.
10:04 left here in the second.
So now what you need is another big stand by the Saints defense.
If you're St. Paul's, you're still right in this.
It's still a game, and it's a big game. It's important for both teams. There's a lot on the line today. You're getting to that point of the season, you're thinking about playoffs, and St. Mary's clinched a playoff spot yesterday with their win over Boys Latin. So there's a lot at stake for both St. Paul staying in the race, for possibly Concordia clinching a playoff.
With the win today, they would, yes.
So it's a very important game. Homecoming on top of all that. It's just a hometown rivalry. And rivalries are good things. I think rivalries are great.
Benz
a lot of these kids
kickoff.
know each other, have all played against each other for years.
And it's going to bounce with the 1, but roll through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So you saw there, when he kicked from left to right, it's a little shorter because of the wind.
And it was kind of a lower angled kick. But, yeah, it's there's definitely difference for the kicking game. The quarterbacks seem to be throwing the ball okay.
But if you're St. Paul's here, like I said, you're still in it. So no reason to change your offense and have to get aggressive at all.
So we have 10 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the second period. We got the Saints up 10-0 at this point.
Handoff up the middle and gets to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 there, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Defense seems to be kind of locking into what's going on now. Oh.
And they're going to get an
Just
offside.
as I said that, it seemed like they had settled into their groove. They say, you know, and, you should never say that. You know what?
Jinx.
Yeah, that just happens all too often.
Will that be enough for a first down? It will be.
Moving the chains.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 30 for St. Paul's. St. Paul's looking to pass here.
Got a man.
Up the middle, it's going to be down to the 45, 50, and down to the other 45. On the reception there was Josh Steinspring, the star receiver for the St. Paul Crusaders.
It was nice. He found the seam right there. He sat down in the zone, made the catch.
Coach Scott Van Zyl told me all about him this morning. He's one of their most dynamic playmakers they have, and he was definitely a guy Concordia needs to watch out for. Under 9 minutes now remaining here in the second quarter.
Do they go back to the option here? Yes, it is.
Hands off the right side.
Big
hole up to about the 27. That is Steinspring again. And that's where it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 27 for the St. Paul Crusaders.
Those are the plays where it's hard to follow because you got players going in all directions, the deception, and then you're just not sure where the ball's going.
Definitely a unique style of offense St. Paul's runs. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle this time. And gonna get back down to about the 18, I think. That time it was Icard, the senior captain.
Cross into the red zone.
St. Paul's with a nice drive going here.
Yeah, put together a series of good plays. When you're running that triple option and you are able to complete some passes out of it, running it, everything works. It makes it a lot easier to run when you can actually throw the ball too.
St. Paul's can definitely throw the ball. Takes a snap, tosses to the left, to the 20, to the 15. And that was Rottinghouse.
Near the first down marker.
And I believe they're going to give him a first down on that. And it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Crusaders.
All right, here's where the defense needs to dig in, hold them to a field goal or a field goal attempt. Well, St. Paul's is now doing, they're working off of that option, and there's some they're using the corners.
Handoff up the middle. And not too much going there.
Got a couple.
On the tackle.
And it'll be 2nd down from the 13-yard line.
6:46 to go in the second.
Bear takes a snap, looking to pass, pressure in his face, and threw it to Steinspring, but just off the fingertips.
A lot of pressure,
and it'll fall incomplete, yeah.
A lot of pressure.
In coverage, pass incomplete.
And it'll be a 3rd down now, as you mentioned. Trying to hold him to a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, keep him out of the end zone at this point. 6:21 to go in the second quarter. Hold him to a field goal attempt, get the ball back.
And also, if you're the Crusaders here,
it's a big time to get yourself back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, any points here is huge, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-score game.
3rd down. Takes a snap. Hands off the left side, but is going to lose the prize 6 yards there. Back to the 20.
Jaden Marine with a big stop there. He kind of had that red, stopped it in the backfield.
I mean, this is going to be if you were attempted, what, a 38-yarder here?
Yeah, it looks like they're going.
It looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Well, the kicker is on the field.
Oh, yeah, going for the field goal. So So it's a 38-yarder with the wind.
Now their holder, I believe that is the quarterback. Holds down, kicks up, and it's good with ease.
Good kick.
And it's now 10-3. Yet very nice kick there.
Yeah. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
And now it's a one-score game with 5:29 left here in the second quarter.
Nice stop by the defense to hold them to the field goal.
And now
St. Paul's was putting together a nice drive, and to close it off and hold them to a field goal was a good stop by the defense, and it was a really nice drive by St. Paul's.
And now if you're the Concordia Prep offense, big drive here because there's only 5:29 left in the second, but you also get the ball to start the second half. So 2 drives here that you can really maybe put some distance between you and St. Paul's.
Yeah, it's a good point. You have this series. Hopefully you can run some time off the clock and then get the ball to start the second half.
And the object of this drive is not only to score, but also score with zeros on the clock left.
We've seen how important that is recently at the NFL level, not leaving a lot of time for the other team to take advantage of getting themselves back in scoring position. Clock management at this point is very important.
And I believe we haven't had any timeouts yet, so full set of timeouts for both teams. Gilchrist back to receive the kickoff. Ball's going to bounce at about the 8. Nice catch. At the 20, the 25, and it's going to be tripped up and land at about the 30, maybe 32. Well, the ball came out. I'm not sure if they're going to rolling in a fumble or not.
Rolling it down.
Rolling it down.
The umpire's rolling it down.
Received at the 5, brought back across the 30.
And Concordia will start with the ball at the 34-yard line. So pretty good field possession here to start out with 5:21 left here in the second.
Time's on your side. You got plenty of time. There's no hurry. Work your way down. Nice, methodical. You watch now. I say that there'll be one play, and it'll be a one-play
We've
drive.
seen it happen.
Yeah.
Brooks in the pistol here. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and they get across the 35 to about the 36. And that was Gilchrist on the carry.
Picks it up the middle. Gain of about 3.
And you want to be, like you said, slow and methodical. So gain of 3 on first down. That's pretty much exactly what you want here with now under 5 minutes left here in the second.
Yeah, I mean, these are all important plays. You just want to keep the clock running and you want to keep the possession going.
Brooks in the pistol with Alston behind him. Takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, big hole, 40, and about down to the 43.
3rd and short.
Now 4:33 left here in the second.
These are the plays that are big here. 3rd and short with 4:25 to go, keeping a drive alive.
And now big play for the defense because
right.
you want to give your offense a chance, one more chance here in the second quarter, excuse me, right before halftime.
Yeah, they're critical plays for both. If defense can stop them and get the ball back, if the offense can keep the drive alive, momentum swings on plays like this.
Screen pass off to the right. Incomplete, went through the hands of Edmonds. It'll be incomplete.
And even if that was complete, it wasn't going anywhere.
No, there was defender right there. So 4:01 left in the second. And Concordia Prep's going to punt here, and St. Paul's defense did the job. They got their offense one more chance with the ball in the first half. And again, for them, plenty of time to go down and score.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. 4 minutes to go, all the timeouts.
Yep. Gets the punt off. Going to bounce at about the 31 and roll it at the
Good
29.
high kick finds its way out of bounds.
And that's where St. Paul's is going to take over. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line with 3:52 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, this is time now for the defense to make one of those big stands. Because remember, the only touchdown Concordia has is a defensive touchdown now.
That's the difference in the game right now is the pick six.
Good first half so far.
For Concordia, you got to pay extra attention to number 4 here, as he's had Josh Steinspring has had the biggest plays so far for St. Paul's. He can run it, he can catch it. Takes a snap. Toss out to Steinspring off the left side to the 30, 35, and up to about the 39-yard line.
Just short of a first down. They're working wide. They're working the corners.
Dingle and Hawkins.
And it'll be a 2nd and 1 at the 39 with 3:30 left here in the second.
Be 2nd and short for the Crusaders.
Most of their big plays has come from Steinspring so far. Toss out to him on the left, but nothing there.
Nice play.
Nothing there.
By Everett Dingle.
And it's brought back to the 30, the original line of scrimmage.
Everett Dingle saw that coming.
And now a smart timeout here for Concordia with 2:54 left here in the second.
Good timeout.
As it is a 3rd and long and a chance to maybe get the ball back again.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Battaglia. Save some clock here. Now if you get the ball back on offense, and you've saved the time for your offense to have plenty of time to make a drive. That was a really big play by Everett Dingle. And as I think Coach Joe has pointed out on every pregame conference call we've had with him, that he is the Swiss Army knife of this team, that he can do it on offense, he can do it on defense, he does it on special teams. He's just he has that sixth sense that you have on the field to know where the ball is at all times.
He is a senior. That whole surprise comes with it. You know, he's been on this team for 4 years now. He's seen a lot of football. He's played a lot of football. Experience is key here. Big 3rd down play here.
That siren gets me every time.
Let's go, Saints fans.
Well, with weather looming, I mean, that's an interesting siren. 3rd and 10 here from the 30. Takes the snap. Looking to pass. Has time. Plenty of time here.
Pressure.
And it's going to be, no, he's still on his feet.
Oh, the
fumbles
ball's
the
out.
football
That's a
at
fumble.
the 18. It's still rolling. Oh, and they're going to call him down, I guess. I thought it was a fumble.
Oh. Interesting call.
Almost another big turnover for the defense there.
While we sort it all out, let's give a big hand to our Saints defense.
And now it's going to be 4th.
And a lot.
And a lot, yeah. As St. Paul's will come on to punt it. There must have been another timeout call here, because the clock has stopped.
Or was it they call it an incomplete pass? No, timeout.
Timeout by Concordia, yep.
What was the call on that play?
They must have called him down. Because, see, the ball went backwards, so they had to call him down. Looked to me, though, he was not down, if you ask me. I mean, I don't see a replay on it, but.
It was, well, got to go with the official's call.
Yep. Either way, big play by the defense for Concordia.
Two big plays. Now offense gets the ball back with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. You've got time. You've got one timeout, but you still have plenty of time to move the ball. And again, on the punt, Mr. Dingle will be back there, Mr. Excitement. Also, don't forget, they almost blocked the punt.
True.
Earlier in the game. I don't know if they'll come after them, but they were close to blocking one of the previous punts.
Mr. Excitement, Everett Dingle, back to receive this punt. That nickname's going to stick there.
Yeah, he's at the 40-yard line.
Gets the punt off cleanly.
Get out.
It's going to bounce at about the 40 and get a good roll. It's about the 50,
nice
48-yard line.
Nice Crusader bounce at the end of that kick.
With 2:25 left here in the second.
Plenty of time, one timeout to go.
For the Saints, 2:25 left to go.
As we mentioned earlier, you're going to get the ball again to start the second half. So
now's the time where you really could mount 2 drives in a row.
And any points here is big.
Yeah. It's always good to go into halftime too with a score, that positive feeling of being up 10-3 or 13-3.
The only difference in this one is the pick 6 back in the first, and then just a field goal each for the offenses. Brooks takes a snap, looking to pass, pressure, and is going to be taken down at the 40, maybe the 42. And it'll be a 2nd and long now as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, I think Willer got to him.
Loss of 6 on the play.
Offense going quick here. Brooks takes a snap, low snap again, screen off to the right.
Knee was down.
His knee was down when he caught it.
Barry with the catch.
35-yard line.
Put down right there at the spot of the catch.
I believe there was a timeout called. I'm going to assume the timeout, was St. Paul's.
Yeah, the same strategy now. It's 3rd and long.
Get a chance to get the ball back.
St. Paul's can get the ball back for one last drive. We've said that about 3 times now, starting with 5 minutes to go. One last drive. One last drive.
And it has definitely gotten darker here. It's definitely got chillier here.
Yeah, you can see that Maryland cloud cover coming in. So third and 16. What do you do here?
Well, it's about a 3rd and 20, really.
3rd and 20?
Yeah, I mean with that.
Oh, they
with
lost
that,
their other 5. Yeah, 3rd and 20. So
yeah, I mean,
do you just try to get 10 yards back and punt the ball, or do you go for the first down?
Or do you try to just, run it and maybe make him use another timeout here? I mean,
yeah.
I was going to ask you that.
You don't want to really save much time, and you're lined up really here on the near sidelines.
And with Weiler, you never want him to make a big play if you're going back to pass. Handoff off the left side. Alston's going to get to the 45, the 50. Still on his feet, down about the 46.
Now you got a 4th and 2.
Now you have a decision to make here with a minute 40.
4th and 2.
And it's going to be a timeout for St. Paul's. I mean, you have a decision.
It looks like they're going.
There's a timeout
there's
here.
There's timeout.
Yeah. So we'll have some time to think about it. Minute 40 left in the second. It's going to be a 4th and 2.
It's a big call. It's a big call for Coach Joe Battaglia to make here. Go for it, play it aggressive, or play it a little more conservative, and punt it and try to back St. Paul's all the way up, close to their end zone. Make them have to go 70, 80 yards or so for a touchdown.
We'll also have a performance by our Saints cheerleading squad.
Sounds like it's going to be an exciting halftime.
Yeah, the performance by that cheerleading squad, the Hall of Fame inductions, 2 years of Hall of Fame inductions because of last year with coronavirus. And again, we got to mention the concession stand here. I mean, the food, pit ham, pit beef. Like I said, when I walked past it coming up here, it was all I could do to stay on my diet today.
It's good stuff. And they're going for it.
4th and 2 here.
4th and 2.
From the opposing 36 with a minute 40 left here in the second. Brooks back in shotgun. Might just be trying to draw him off sides here.
That's what it looks like.
We don't have a play clock, but it looks like they're just trying to draw him off.
Got to be winding down, and doesn't look like they're really going to run a play.
You got a delay of game warning.
And a delay of game will be on the Saints there.
Well,
and now you're going to come on to punt.
Yeah. Worth a try.
Yeah.
Usually when you don't get that on the first jump, you know, when you're not going to get it, but you don't really have much of a choice once you're committed to that.
Ball's now at the 49. And Bent's back to punt it here.
Oh,
bobbles the snap a little bit, but gets it off clean. Ball's going to bounce at the 30 and go out of bounds. Bent's fell down. It was wondering if there'd be a flag, but no flag. And St. Paul's will take over at the 30-yard line.
I didn't see I saw the snap wasn't handled cleanly, but I didn't see what happened after that. It was following the ball. Minute 28. Time for the defense to make a stand here. Finish up the half and get the ball back to start the second half.
I believe one timeout left for the Saints. I believe. Or excuse me, yes, for the Saints and for the St. Paul's Crusaders. Takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, bounces off a couple tackles and is going to get about 2 yards. John Eichard there on the carry.
Clock is running and nobody's moving quick like they're going to try to mount a drive here.
Appears both teams are happy to go into halftime.
Just over 1 minute left to go in the half.
Minute 5 left here in the second.
Under a minute.
Maybe trying to lull the defense into sleep here. You never know. Takes a snap, looking to pass. Oh, past the Steinspring, but
incomplete.
Just incomplete. Nice attempt to catch that ball. They were going for it. Like I said, they may be just trying to lull the defense into sleep there. Now just 44 seconds left in the second.
Third down. If you stop this, you get the ball back. Although I think if you get the ball back here with 30 seconds or whatever, I think you take a knee and go to halftime.
Here we go, Saints fans. Defense is working hard. Make some noise. It is third down.
Barrett takes a snap, hands off the middle. Not a lot of yards.
39 seconds.
Short gain.
We have a timeout.
We have a timeout by
Concordia.
The Saints.
Concordia prep.
37 seconds left.
We'll bring up fourth down.
Now, I believe Concordia is all out of timeouts.
Yeah, that was an interesting last few minutes there. The back and forth, and neither offense able to truly capitalize.
But, calling that timeout there instead of just letting it run, you do get
Well, you got a chance now.
Mr. Entertainment.
Yeah. Right.
Everett Dingle, the chance to return this punt.
And if he brings it, if you get the ball back to the 50 with 30 seconds, 28 seconds to go, maybe you're able to run a couple of plays, get close, and take a shot at a field goal or something. I mean, you never know. Crazy things happen. But when you have weapons like Everett Dingle on offense, that you want to then get the ball into their hands at least one more time when you can. And
also, you mentioned earlier, they almost blocked a punt.
Yeah. now would be a time I might, if I was I might go after him. You know, I might try to pressure the punter. Dingle set up around the 30.
Gets the punt off. A nice punt there.
Drove him back to the 25.
Catches about the 25, up the middle to the 45, to the 50, and down to the 47, 48-yard line.
24 seconds to go.
You mentioned the 50-yard. I mean, he's right there.
Yeah, he's inside the 50.
He's slow getting up.
A flag back here. And
it appears
Dingle?
He is slow getting up. Yes, it is Dingle. See what the penalty is here. Block in the back on Concordia, so that ball will be coming back. But the big concern here.
Yeah, it's for Dingle.
Saints will start at their own 30-yard line.
Concordia get the ball at their 30-yard line. And that's a big change because now you might just be more inclined to kneel it. And he gets up and he's walking on his own power, so that is a great sign.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can see at any level. It's when a player that's down gets up and walks off under their own power.
Might have just had the wind knocked out of him or what, but appears to be walking without even a limp, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a knee here.
This is victory formation here for the Saints. Takes a snap and kneels it, and that'll be the end of the first half. And going to halftime, Saints on top, 10-3, and the difference is the pick six.
Yeah. It was a good first half. Well played, well executed. It was kind of what we thought we would see from both teams. Thought we might see a little bit more offense, you know, but the defense took over for both teams.
Yeah, really, I'm shocked at how dominant the defenses have been on both sides. I mean, not a whole lot of offense. I mean, there was about four or five drives in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not a lot happened.
Yeah, it's been a lot of just trading field position, but nobody able to capitalize at this point. And we'll see if there's some changes that each coach makes going into the second half that will change things.
Coming up at halftime, as we've mentioned, we have Hall of Fame inductions, we have cheerleader performances, and we will get out of your ear for that. We're going to be back with the second half. Saints on top, 10-3, here at Concordia Prep.
Will you welcome at this time to the field our Concordia Prep Saints cheerleaders? Let's give it up for our Concordia Prep Saints cheerleaders. At this time, we want to announce this year's Concordia Prep Saints homecoming court. Congratulations to our homecoming court of 2021. Please welcome to the field Emily Chamish and Yuri Braga. Emily Godat and Zach Chamish. Brielle Johnson and Caden Coaster. Brooke Meyer and Gabe MacArthur. Anna Schwatka and Connor Schertzer. And finally, Faith Venarelli and Christian Toole. Congratulations to the 2021 Concordia Preparatory School Homecoming Court. The King and Queen will be announced later this evening at our homecoming dance. Let's give one more round of applause to our homecoming court of 2021. Today, the Baltimore Lutheran High School is excited to honor its distinguished alumni and athletic Hall of Fame selections for the 2020-2021 and also the 2021-2022 school years. Today, CPS is excited to add 8 distinguished alumni to its Wall of Honor. We have several distinguished alumni not able to be in attendance today. And as I read their names, please hold your applause on all names until all names have been read. Welcomed into this year's Distinguished Alumni Wall of Honor, David Bushman, David Bushman of 1981, Mark Falinger, graduate of 1975, Ann Falinger, alumni from 1974, Thomas Falinger, a graduate of 1977, Conrad Falinger from 1973, Deborah Freck, class of 77, and Lee Godeke of 2005. One of our distinguished alumni is here today to be welcomed into the Wall of Honor. Introducing from the class of 75, Pastor David Mack. The Reverend Dr. Mack graduated from Baltimore Lutheran High School in 1975. After Concordia, he attended Concordia College in Bronxville, New York, and then Concordia Seminary, St. Louis, to become a pastor. He also received a master's in counseling and doctorate in ministry. After being a pastor of a church, he became a chaplain in the United States Air Force, which included traveling all over the world on 6 continents. He served during Desert Storm and the war in Bosnia. Today, he is executive director of the Lutheran Mission Society Compassion Place, an organization that helps those in need here in the Baltimore area. Let's once again welcome to our Wall of Honor, Pastor David Mack. In addition to our distinguished alumni, Concordia Preparatory School also welcomes 9 new members to its Athletic Hall of Fame. First, from the class of 2011, Lawrence J. Davis. Jay Davis played both football and lacrosse during his time at Baltimore Lutheran. He was named the football MVP in 2010 and the lacrosse MVP in 2010 with 32 goals and 90 ground balls. He was a three-time MIAA All-Conference player for lacrosse, scoring over 100 points, and four-time All-Conference player in football. He attended Brown University, where he continued his success on the football field. Congratulations, Lawrence J. Davis. From the class of 2001, Adam Ernst. Adam was a three-sport athlete: basketball, baseball, and soccer. He was picked as an all-conference goalie in soccer in both his junior and senior year. He was also all-conference in baseball as a pitcher and first baseman, junior and senior year, hitting 11 home runs in 2 years while having a 450 batting average and over 60 RBIs. He attended Westchester University and earned a Bachelor of Science with a concentration in K-12 physical education. He is married with 3 sons, living in Orlando, Florida. Once again, let's say congratulations to Adam Ernst. Next up, from the class of 2008, Alora Gullivan Woods. Alora played field hockey and lacrosse at Baltimore Lutheran. She was named the field hockey MVP in 2008 with 27 points. She was the senior athlete at her graduation and was named the field hockey and lacrosse all-conference player in 2008. She scored over 100 career points in lacrosse. Once again, welcome to the Athletic Hall of Fame, Alora Gullivan Woods, class of 2008. Our next recipient in the Athletic Hall of Fame is Amanda Lynch Whitley. Mandy played both softball and volleyball during her time at Baltimore Lutheran. She made the varsity softball team as a freshman and played all 4 years. As a sophomore, she was a member of the school's first volleyball team, which began as a club sport. Mandy was awarded all-conference honors in volleyball, the Christus Victor and C. Markland Kelly School Athletic Awards at graduation. Following high school, Mandy went on to play NCAA Division III volleyball at the Richard Stockton College in New Jersey and Salisbury University. She works at Northrop Grumman as a senior manager of international trade compliance and empowered official. She resides in Mount Airy, Maryland with her husband of 9 years, Alan, their 3-year-old son, Hunter, and their American Bulldog, Kilo. Let's welcome Mandy to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Thomas Lynch. Today accepting the award for the Admiral is his wife, Kathy Lynch, Mandy, his daughter, and one of his favorite Baltimore Lutheran sons, David Hughes. Mr. Lynch was born in Fort Dodge, Iowa, and attended St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School, then graduated from Fort Dodge Senior High School. He attended college at what was then known as Concordia Teachers College in Seward, Nebraska, where he played football and met his soon-to-be wife, Kathy. His teaching career began in K-8 Lutheran schools in Cleveland, Ohio, and St. Louis, Missouri. In 1991, he received a call here to what was then known as Baltimore Lutheran High. During his 18 years at Baltimore Lutheran, he taught PE and health, was athletic director where his teams won 10 championships, and he started numerous new programs, coached basketball, and was on and off the president of the Maryland Interscholastic Athletic Association. After retiring in 2009, he kept in constant contact with over 500 former students, or sons and daughters, as he called them. Once again, let's welcome to the Athletic Hall of Fame, Thomas Lynch. Not in attendance today, but entering our Athletic Hall of Fame from the class of 2008, Megan Lepley. And now from the class of 1992, let's welcome to the Athletic Hall of Fame, Thomas McLemore. Thomas Tom played soccer, basketball, baseball, and tennis during his time at Baltimore Lutheran. He was on the varsity soccer team his freshman year. During his sophomore year, he received the Coaches Award for basketball and tennis. He was named MVP for basketball and tennis his senior year and received the Senior Athlete Award. Tom holds a Master's of Public Administration degree from George Mason University and graduated magna cum laude from Washington College with a bachelor's degree in mathematics. He and his wife Corey and their 2 daughters live in Glenwood, Maryland. Please, let's welcome Thomas McLemore, class of '92. Next up in our Athletic Hall of Fame, Keith Volker. Keith Volker, a member of the first graduating class at Baltimore Lutheran High School in 1969. At that time, enrollment was limited and sports programs were seasonal with just soccer, basketball, and baseball for male athletes. Surprisingly, our teams were able to effectively compete, especially in soccer and baseball. Keith was fortunate to letter in all 3 sports and was awarded Outstanding Athlete trophies for each. Baseball, his true love. He was a left-handed pitcher and first baseman. In his senior year, his pitching record was 9-1 with a .52 ERA, and he also batted .440 that season. Ended the year with an 11-3 record and a tie for first place with Gilman. Upon graduation, he entered Frostburg State University, where he continued to play soccer and baseball, lettering in both for all 4 years. He was fortunate to have continued athletic success and was inducted into the Frostburg State University Hall of Fame in 1978, his first year of eligibility for that honor. At this time, he's still the record holder for winning percentage, both seasonal and career at Frostburg, with a 23-1 career record and a 13-0 record in his senior year. His award is being accepted today by his sister, Emily Volker, class of '79, and fellow Athletic Hall of Fame member in 2018. And finally entering our Athletic Hall of Fame, class of 2000, Candace Weinrich Knott.
There's a girl in Oregon that thought if you went to Navy for 4 years, you owed them 4 years gift service. Someone thought that. Makes sense. Not that. Yeah, yes, sir. 60. 62.
Let's congratulate her again, Candace Weinrich Knott, class of 2000. Let's once again welcome all of our BLS CPS Distinguished Alumni and Athletic Hall of Fame for 2021. And earlier today, a tree was dedicated to former faculty member Arthur H. Niermeyer. Mr. Niermeyer was part of the Baltimore Lutheran family from 1970 to 1991. He taught economics and social studies as well as being a middle school athlete coach. Mr. Niermeyer was called home in May of 2020. His children, Michael, class of '89, Wendy, class of '92, and Julie, class of '96, are alumni of Baltimore Lutheran High School. We thank you, Mr. Niermeyer, a called servant of the Lord. We thank you for your dedicated service to the Baltimore Lutheran High School Association. A quick reminder about the Alumni and Friends Oktoberfest. After the football game from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Quad, or if it's raining, the Bridges Media Center. As we get ready for the second half kickoff of today's game is sponsored by Dr. Nancy Fiorentino. If you are struggling in relationships with school or in college, in your career as a parent, please call today to find out more about our services. Licensed psychologist Dr. Nancy Fiorentino is a proud partner of Saints Athletics. And to find out more about advertising with Saints Athletics, please contact CBS Advancement Director Gloria Murphy at 410-825-2323.
We are back here for the start of the second half. Concordia Prep 10, St. Paul's 3. And what's some of your final thoughts from that first half there, Miles?
Thought it was a well-played half. A lot of ball control, a lot of time came off the clock. It was very defensive, where I thought it might be a little bit more offense-dominated. Now we're seeing some rain move into the area. We'll see how the offenses adjust to that. It's very difficult sometimes keeping the ball dry for the quarterback, and it's going to be an interesting second half, and it's a big second half. A lot is on the line for both of these schools.
On the sideline here, we're on the St. Paul side. You can see they have balls in bags so they don't get wet.
Yeah, you see the umbrellas popping up below us. Definitely, we look like we're in for a little bit of a little pooch kick there.
Bounds at the 25, he's going to roll to the 20. And he's going to take it out of bounds there at the 18. And that is where Concordia will start over.
Kind of an interesting kick, like a semi-onside kick, like just a little pooch to see if it drops in there, and somebody wasn't aware to pick up the ball, but
also probably trying to keep it out of Dingle's hands, if I had to guess.
Although I think Gilchrist I think Gilchrist is deep here, but
he was deep. Okay.
Yeah, I think Gilchrist might be deep on the kickoffs and Dingle on the punts.
Either way, they're both great
explosive.
playmakers. Yeah.
This is where you want to set the tone for the second half. The first drive, you've had halftime to adjust, and now you come out for that first drive and
takes that fumble, and it's going to be recovered there by St. Paul's. It was a fumble on the handoff. It just was never a clean handoff. And St. Paul's is going to take over about the 12 or 11-yard line.
Yeah. There's a momentum shifter to start the second half.
Well, look, Concordia Prep got their big defensive play on the pick six, and that is St. Paul's big defensive play.
Well, now you've put the pressure on the defense to try to make it a field goal attempt here again, rather than giving up the touchdown, make it a 10-6 game versus a 10-10 game. It's a big momentum shift because we were waiting to have the ball to open the second half, and now you've given that advantage over to the Crusaders.
And I'm not sure if it was just a bad handoff or the ball was a slippery ball. I'm not sure, but handoff off to the right side, and it'll be tackled right at about the 15, maybe 16-yard line. Make it the 14, and that's where St. Paul's will have a 2nd and 12. So like I said, I'm not sure if it was a slippery ball or if it was just a bad handoff there, but something you gotta, slippery balls are something you got to pay attention to here in the second half.
It looked like it was the exchange was not smooth and the ball just kind of popped loose, but we'll get to watch it later. See what happened.
And the pistol here. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and a few yards there. Down to about, looks like the 12, maybe 13. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 here for St. Paul's. As you mentioned, Concordia trying to hold them to that field goal attempt.
Yeah.
As the rain is coming.
Yeah, conditions are not at the best right now for anything. It looks like we're in for a kind of a wet second half.
It is 3rd down.
And in the rain, I mean,
like that. If you scream louder, it keeps you drier. Wow. I like that.
In the rain, there's definitely a field goal attempt. Nothing is guaranteed. Takes a snap, running off the left. Now looking kind of to pass, and it's going to be a fumble, but it's going to be out of bounds. And now there is a penalty flag. There is a flag down. Big flag here.
We got a flag on the play.
Ref was out talking to Coach Joe Battaglia. It's against the Crusaders. Was that intentional grounding?
And I don't think that's intentional grounding. Either way, it's on the Crusaders. Was it illegal formation? Illegal forward pass. That's. Oh, he was past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
4th down.
So it's 4th down, and the offense is still on the field for St. Oh, no. Sorry, the quarterback is also the holder. So I get kind of confused. The kicker is on now. Be a 32, maybe 33-yard field goal here. The rain is coming down. Snap the hold, the kick is up. And it's no problem, it's good. Makes it now 10-6. It's an impressive kick there.
Yeah, that was a very well executed considering weather conditions. Snap was good, hold was good, kick was really good.
He's now 2 for 2 and 2 quality kicks.
Yeah, and the rain's really coming. Well, Concordia, it's time now for Concordia. Yeah, the defense did what they needed to do there. Their backs were against the wall. They held them to a field goal. Now it's the offense time to get the ball and kind of forget about what happened and just take care of business now. Those are game momentum changers. You know, that's where you come out of halftime and you're ready, and then there's just this big shift. So you can't let it get to you emotionally. You gotta stay up, even with all the things changing around you here.
10-6, 10:08 left in the third quarter, not the second quarter.
Yes, I think Gilchrist is.
Yes, you're correct.
Is the deep man here. He's also very explosive.
He's going to catch it about the 10-yard line, up to the 20, the 25, 30, and down to about the 33-yard line.
Good starting spot.
Now, if you're Jordan Brooks and this offense, you just got to let that last play, just forget about it. It didn't even happen, and get back on track here.
Yeah, you got to come out and almost act as if this is the first drive of the second half. You just have to reestablish yourself, reestablish the offense, and just get into your rhythm. Although it gets a little harder with the weather conditions.
Brooks has a towel. Trying to give it to the ref. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to do with it.
Although the field is the type of field that will hold a lot of water. We talked to Coach Joe Battaglia beforehand about it, and it doesn't really flood. It has good drainage, so there shouldn't really be any problem with accumulated water on the
Brooks
field.
Under center, hands off, up the middle. Didn't get a lot of yards there, maybe a yard, but it looked to be the same play they fumbled on.
Yeah.
So they went right back to it, which confidence builder, shows you have confidence in your quarterback, your running back, and the exchange there. It's going to be a 2nd and 9 now. Do you think a shotgun or under center is more beneficial in the rain, one or the other?
Typically under center is safer because it's easier to handle the ball and the snap. It rain's really coming down right now.
Handoff. Cuts up the middle. It's about the 40 now.
First
45,
down.
and it's going to be a first down there for the Saints.
Across the 45-yard line, enough for a Saints.
That's Alston. That is, I believe,
Jaden Alston. Nice run. He waited for everything to develop there, took his blocks, and turned what could have been a small gain into a first down. But that rain is really coming down here. It's one of those typical Baltimore afternoon downpours.
And having the lead now is crucial because you don't know how many more points are going to be scored with this kind of rain. Hand off again, Alston cuts up field and be down about the 48, 49-yard line.
Stopped at the 49.
About a 4-yard gain there.
If you can run the ball in this kind of weather, that is going to be the difference maker.
Yeah.
Be a 2nd and about 6. 8:40 left here in the third.
Hopefully this is just a passing part of the storm and not the rest of it for the afternoon.
Even though it's raining, it appears the fans haven't gone anywhere.
No.
They're still loud.
Hey, it's homecoming. They're going to be here.
Brooks under center, hands off up the middle again, maybe off the right side.
Not much.
Nothing going there as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Glad we were in the press box for this one.
Yeah, it sounds like it's loud down there today. It's a big 3rd down here. You need to you want to convert, move the chains, keep the drive alive.
3rd and 6. Brooks under center, hands off, up the middle. But it's going to lose about a yard, maybe 2 there. And it'll be 4th and 8.
In the backfield. Bring up 4th down.
Saints defense comes on the field and
Did their
gets the ball
job.
right back for their offense. I think someone took the band's big drum, and that's what I think we're hearing down there.
$7:23 to go in the 3rd quarter, 10-6 lead with a little bit of rain still coming down. Looks like it's slowed down some.
Definitely slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It was coming down pretty good there for a minute. The ref does have a towel sitting on the ball. Bentz back to punt. He's going to get it off cleanly here. Nice punt. Backs him up to the 12, up to the 20, and upended at the 25. Nice hit there.
Big hit by Bryce Davis.
Bryce Davis.
Big hit.
Number 51 there on the hit. And St. Paul's will take over
Quarter number 3.
at the 26-yard line.
This is where your defensive personality needs to really show up and take charge. Get the ball back for your offense.
6:59 left in the 3rd. Concordia on top 10-6. St. Paul's offense trying to get some more points here as they've scored a field goal in their previous drive. Handoff up the middle, maybe a yard or 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8. I-card there on the carry.
Gain of a couple.
Yeah, the rain must have kind of slowed down on the field too. The ref's not really covering the ball.
So stopping the rain here for the St. Paul's offense. Takes the snap.
Oh.
Hand off. No, he held onto the ball and handed off to the 2nd man, but it's going to be a big loss.
That play never had a chance.
Back to the 20-yard line.
Defensive was all over that play. I think you can credit the defense with that loss there.
And it's going to be a 3rd and 15 now.
Let's go, Saints fans.
Defense has got a lot of penetration in this one, it seems like. A lot of tackles for loss. Bear in the pistol. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, screen off to the left. Up to the 25 and tackled at about the 27, the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th and 10 for the Crusaders.
I've seen that wide receiver screen used a lot. I think a couple of weeks ago they had a touchdown scored against them on the wide receiver screen. But I've seen it used more and more as a quick way to get the ball in the hands of your wide receiver without having them go, go vertical that far.
It's almost an extension of the run game.
Yeah.
Such a quick out. 4:55 remaining here in the 3rd.
All right, good stand by the defense, and good to see Ever Dingle, Mr. Excitement, is back.
Gets the punt off.
Good punt.
Bounce at the 41. Let it bounce at the 38, and it's going to roll up back up to the 41. And that is where Concordia will take over with 4:38 remaining here in the 3rd.
40-yard line of the Saints.
So far, just that big fumble here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and even with the big fumble, as far down in their own territory as it was for the Saints, the defense held. Now it's time for the offense to come up with a big play. Offense has been kind of quiet so far today, so you're kind of waiting for that big play, that big explosion, or the long that long sustained drive that we've seen out of them so many times so far this season.
Also haven't called Weiler's name too much today. He's definitely going to want to make a factor and has a chance now. Low snap, handoff up the middle, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Second and about 6. I don't believe Concordia has attempted a pass here in the second half yet.
No, I think it's been all runs, it's been all ground.
A lot of under center, which is not usual for this offense. And as I say that, they're going to be in a pistol, but takes a snap, hands off again up the middle, off the right side, first down and more, and it'll be down at about the 47-yard line. Jaden Alston on the run there.
This is an important time to keep the chains moving. Got 3:53 to go in the third. We need a sustained drive here, get some points. Oh, is there a penalty on that play?
Yeah, it appears the offense is backing up, so there was a holding. And they'll redo second down. I didn't see the flag initially, but
Penalty on the Saints.
So the ball's all the way back to about the 36, 37-yard line.
It's going to be second down and 13.
Second and 13 here with 3:50 remaining in the third. Concordia trying to get something going offensively here in the second half. Takes a snap, looking to run or throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Justin Hunter there, and now it's 3rd and 13.
That's where Ernest Willer showed up. He was in Jordan Brooks' face from the get-go on that play. It's a hard way for the right-handed quarterback to roll left and then throw that way.
Now it's a 3rd and long. Two receivers to the left, one to his right. Now 3 receivers to the left. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass down the middle and just over the hands of the receiver there, Sidney Stewart. And it's going to be 4th down, and the punting team comes on now for Concordia. Had him, just overthrew him. 3:33 remaining in the third.
Petrovia and Davis back to receive for the Crusaders.
Bent's on the punt here for Concordia.
False start.
No, they're going to call it offsides, actually. So that'll give 5 yards to the Saints. Push it up to about the 42-yard line. Still a 4th and 8, so you're still going to punt it here. Receives the snap, gets the punt off. It's going to bounce about the 25 and be down there. And that is where the Crusaders are going to take over on offense. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line with 3:25 remaining here in the third.
Yeah, this has turned into a real punter's battle. Back and forth, back and forth. Field position, nobody's really been able to establish significant field position outside like the 30, 40-yard line.
Feels like maybe one big play on either side might be the difference in this one.
Yeah. Right now, that pick 6 is the big one that is the difference in this one.
The only touchdown scored so far.
Yeah.
First and 10. In the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands off up the middle. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. Not a whole lot there, and it'll be 2nd and 8. They've done that play a lot. Hand off up the middle.
It's usually followed by a play around one of the edges.
After a gain of about 2.
Mason Ferreira on the run that last play. He is behind Bayer, the quarterback, here again on this one. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Throws off to the right, a screen pass to Steinspring, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're running up the middle, and then they go to the corner on the next play, whether it's like the wide receiver screen or an option play.
Only seen about 1 or 2 passes downfield for St. Paul so far in this one. One was a big play to Steinspring.
Right, it was that play kind of across the middle here at the 50-yard line.
2:16 remaining here in the third.
Let the defense hear you. It is 3rd down.
Big 3rd down here.
3rd and 8.
Been a lot of big ones, it seems like, and just keep changing the field position, but not significantly.
Bayer in the pistol. Takes the snap, looking to throw. A lot of pressure in his face. Oh, and it goes through the hands.
Set the screen up there.
Rottinghouse.
Hey, it set the screen up.
Pass incomplete.
Play had a chance too, but just couldn't hang on.
4th down.
And now it's the punting team comes on for St. Paul's. Yeah, I mean, this is like you mentioned, it is a punter's duel. It's a defensive duel. It seems like here in the second half.
Right, and we're approaching the 4th quarter, and it's going to be a big 4th quarter. Everett Dingle set up around the 40-yard line to return.
Gets the punt off. Dingle lets it bounce at the 40. It's going to receive it at about the 27, and it's going to get up to about the 31 there. I'm not sure if he touched it off the bounce.
Yeah,
if he did, it would have been a muffed.
Couldn't tell whether he made contact with the ball initially, and that's why he definitely had to go pick it up, or if it just bounced and then he was just trying to make a big play. But he did get back a couple of yards off of it.
There is a flag down at the
33,
yeah. Interesting to see what this flag is, what the call is here. Minute 26 remaining here in the third.
Concordia is walking back as if it's on them. No, they're spotting it at just so outside the 30, and that's about where he got back to.
Maybe it was an inadvertent flag thrown.
I didn't.
We never got a call.
Yeah, I didn't see a signal. And the ball spotted about where it looked like he got tackled.
Brooks in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking to pass. Throws it deep, but I believe the play was blown dead, and it's going to be a false start.
We got a false start on the Saints.
Looking for Gillis there, but it was a false start, so that will back up the Saints offense.
1st and 15.
The beginning of the second half feels a lot like the beginning of the first half in a lot of ways.
Yeah. This game is just taking on a personality of a defensive struggle, and it's really going to come down to this. Obviously, it's going to come down to this 4th quarter, minute 25 to go in the third.
Brooks takes a snap, comes the blitz, screen off to the left, up to the 30 and about the 33.
Derry from Brooks.
That was Derry on the reception.
Gain of about 7. 2nd down and 8.
And it's going to be a 2nd and 8 there. Nice play there on first down to get you in a 2nd and manageable and not keep you backed up.
As the 3rd quarter's winding down.
53 seconds remaining here in the third. 3rd quarter has flown by, it seems. Takes a snap, hands off, runs into his own lineman, and is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and 8 now. Alston on the carry there.
.25 seconds to go.
And it appears, if it's still raining, it's very minimal. It's 10 seconds left here in the 3rd. The receivers to the right. And it appears they're going to let this clock run out. And we'll go to the 4th. Saints 10, Crusaders 6. Only 3 points scored there in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, just all for that one the initial turnover to start the 3rd quarter. This is shaping up to be a big 4th quarter.
Big 4th quarter for both teams. As we mentioned earlier, St. Mary's did win yesterday, so they are 5-0 in the conference. With a win today, Concordia would be 4-0 in the conference. St. Paul's 0-2 in the conference, but they are, as we mentioned earlier, a lot better than that record shows, and clearly showing it today.
Yeah, and they're 3-2 overall. So just the conference record doesn't just indicate how good you are overall. And here, this is just a big quarter for Concordia, because with a win today, they lock up a playoff spot and then can spend the rest of the way working for a home field advantage. But I think the first 2 spots, and then next week next week St. Mary's?
I believe it is.
Yeah, so then you have the showdown next week with St. Mary's.
And it's here at Concordia, so make sure you come out to check that one out, as that will have huge playoff implications. Big crowd today. Definitely going to be a big crowd next week.
Yeah.
Now Jordan Brooks gets another shot here on offense. It's 3rd and 8. Takes a snap, looking to pass, looking deep, and it's picked off at the 32. Overshot his man there, and that is where the Crusaders will take over, and there's going to be a penalty. That is going to be
a penalty on St. Paul's unsportsmanlike conduct.
I believe the team maybe came on the field a little too much there, I think is what they're calling this. So that'll push them back. But as we mentioned, a big play might change this game.
Although that sort of will work out almost as a punt.
Yeah, true.
While we have a moment, if you are the owner of the black BMW SUV tag 3EA9817 parked on the gravel lot, we need you to move your vehicle immediately as you're blocking in folks who are trying to exit. Black BMW SUV tag 3EA.
Is that a warning?
Please move your vehicle.
That was it not a penalty and a warning?
Yeah, maybe, because it doesn't appear any yardage was marked off there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 33. Looking to pass here and just underthrows the receiver there. That was number 4, Steinspring. You got to think they're going to want to be getting him the ball here. I mean, he seems to be one of their better playmakers.
Yeah. The conditions, I don't know what it's like down on the field if quarterbacks are having a little trouble with handling the ball. It seems to be kind of dry enough out there, but it's one of those defensive struggles. Everybody, the plays are just being dictated by the defense right now on both sides of the ball.
It appears the wind has died down. It was whipping earlier. The flags are laying limp. Big snap, hands off up the middle. Icard, and he's going to get 3 yards in the play, and it'll be a 3rd and 7.
I really thought this was going to be much more of an explosive day for both teams. I didn't think it would be real high scoring, but I did think we would be seeing like a 23-17 type of game, 27-20.
I did not think we would only see one touchdown going into the fourth quarter, and it was a defensive touchdown.
Right.
I would not have predicted that one, but it is 3rd and 7 here on the 36-yard line. Crusaders trying to keep this drive going. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, screen off to the left, and it's going to get up to about the 40, but it is not going to be enough for a first down, and it'll be 3rd and 3 here.
Nice stop by Towson right there.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 3.
And in comes the punting team for the Crusaders.
Well, another defensive stand. What you need is good to change this field position and have a drive. That's really what it comes down to at this point. 10 minutes, 33 seconds and ticking in the fourth quarter. A lot on the line for both teams. And you can see it. Both teams are playing like this is a must win. A little bit of a high snap.
Gets the punt off. It's going to about the 37 and kind of die there.
Yeah. All right, good starting spot again for the Concordia offense. Jordan Brooks, it's time to take the leadership reins here and make a big play.
Concordia's defense has been phenomenal tonight, really. I mean, the pick 6, and they've allowed 2 field goals, but one of them they got the ball at like the 10, so they've only allowed really 1 drive for a field goal.
Yeah, both defenses have played about as well as you can play.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left, takes a snap, hands off up the middle. Austin's going to get up to the 45, the 50, and it's going to get tripped up there. Go down about the 47-yard line, 45 maybe. And a big play there by Austin.
He was so close to breaking that.
First down.
He was 1 tackle from breaking that. 1 shoestring
just
tackle.
Nicked his ankle and just knocked him down.
Just enough.
Austin in there again, behind Brooks. Takes a snap, hands off to Austin, up the middle again, 45-40, 35-30, and down to about the 25-yard line. They get the 26. Back-to-back big plays there by Austin.
2 downhill runs. He hit the holes and continued right through them. He never stopped running. 2 big offensive plays there. Finally changed that field position where we had been stuck between the 30s. Finally something that dramatically changed the field position and gives the offense some momentum here.
And he's had some big plays in this one, but they've always been called back on penalties, it seems like, but those back-to-back ones have not been. So they go back to him, hands off, up the middle, 30.
Whoa.
Or sorry, 20, 15.
We got a flag.
And now there's a flag. Got down to about the 15.
Again, down near the first down marker, we do have a flag on the field.
I believe it's going to be a face mask. Is that what they are signaling?
Yeah, it was pretty far. It was pretty far down the field to have a hold on the offense.
That'll be tacked on at the end of the run. Half the distance to the goal.
And that is a half the distance to the goal penalty.
The Saints in the red zone.
So they're going to.
That was a quick momentum change right there from starting up after the punt and then have 2 successive runs and then the penalty.
Well, it was quick. I mean, you had the pick, then like the 3 and out, and then now these 3 big plays, and you're down to the 10-yard line.
Is there a timeout?
Timeout on the field. I'm not sure if someone called a timeout or not, but.
It isn't a TV timeout, is it?
No, I don't think we have any commercials to run here. Other than for the concession stand, because give a shout to them. They have working all day, volunteering, and great food.
And T-shirts today.
Yes, homecoming
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
T-shirt.
So ball spotted at about the 10-yard line here. And as we mentioned, maybe 1 touchdown in the second half might be the difference.
Yeah, the way the defense has been playing, a touchdown here would be big. Field goal would be okay. Touchdown would be big here. 17-6, although we just saw a Monday night game that you thought was over, and obviously was not. So, but there, yeah, inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. 1st and goal?
Yes.
Yeah, 1st and goal.
And why not just go back to what's worked on this drive until they stop it? Alston is behind Brooks. I imagine it's going to be a handoff. I don't know. Hand up the middle to Alston. Bounces off a tackler down to the 5-yard line.
Down to about the 5-yard
And it'll be 2nd and goal now.
He did that on his own.
2nd and goal for your Saints.
Hit the 9-minute mark.
No rush if you're Concordia here.
Clock is your friend right now.
Especially if you score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Two plays here to punch it in. Brooks in shotgun, hands it off to Alston again, up the middle, big hole. And that's a touchdown for the Saints.
Touchdown!
Barely touched getting in there was Alston. And that's the big play the Saints needed here in the second half to go up 16-6.
It wasn't a methodical drive, but it was all on the ground. The clock was running. It was one of those kind of prototypical Concordia drives with the offense. That's what they do. They really haven't put the ball up in the air this whole second half, but man, that was all Alston. He did a lot of that on his own. Great series at the right time with 8 minutes 34 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
It's on to attempt the extra point here. Snap, the hold's down, the kick is up. And it's good. Makes it 17-6 now.
Got a little breathing room.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
Defense can be a little bit more aggressive now if you really want to turn up the heat and do a few things different, come after the quarterback. This is the time to do it. There is a lot riding again. We've talked about earlier that Concordia can lock up a playoff spot with a win, which is big for this this football, this part of the football part of the school.
And it might not be the most pretty game for the Saints so far today, but if they come out of this one with a win's a win, and especially a conference win.
Yeah, you don't get pretty points.
No.
You just get wins. And it's been a gutty game.
Yeah.
It's been gritty just from the beginning. It's a defensive struggle, and then finally.
That's been the first offensive touchdown on either side of the ball.
And it was all running. It was all on the ground.
Still 8:34 remaining here in the fourth.
Oh, there is a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's not counting anybody out now.
Nope.
St. Paul's definitely has an opportunity to get back in this game. It's not over.
I believe the rain has stopped. I don't see any more rain.
If it is, it's a light mist, but it's nothing that's going to affect the game.
And the flag's not moving like they were earlier, as that one is going to bounce in the end zone and will be a touchback.
Good kick.
Now you talk about a real momentum shift. The Saints defense now has a chance to really to
make a statement.
Yeah.
Here. Right now, if you can mount a 3 and out as the defense and you get the ball back for your offense, you've done your job. You've put yourself in a really good spot. Put your team in a really good spot.
Now the St. Paul's offense trying to answer here and get a touchdown of their own. It is still technically a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
Throws off to the left. It's going to get up to about the 28-yard line.
Pass complete.
Shooter there is Daniel Davis. I believe the first time we've called his name today.
You might see St. Paul starting to throw the ball more. Time running out. You need 2 scores.
The biggest play so far of the day was a pass. I mean, they definitely have some playmakers. They're not just a run-only team. .7:57 remaining. Takes a snap, hands off up the middle, and it gets about the 31. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Matuge got him with a nice tackle, but yeah, first down.
Icard on the carry.
It's going to be enough for a first down.
That's what you have to do if you're St. Paul's right now. You have to keep the sticks moving.
Yep.
Move the chains, same thing, put together a drive. There's no reason to panic yet.
Yep.
7:40 to go. It's two possession, 2-score game.
And your defense has already forced 2 turnovers here in the second half, so you still have plenty of confidence in your defense. Takes a snap, looking to pass here. Pressure coming.
A lot of pressure.
Tries to evade it. At about the 20. It's going to throw that into the ground. It's not intentional grounding, no flag.
He's outside the
tackle box, correct. I also believe there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah.
But it'll be 2nd and 10 now.
2nd and 10.
Stops the clock.
But even when the Saints defense gets pressure, I mean, the quarterback here, Bear, for the St. Paul's, he can evade the pressure very well, it seems. He's done that multiple times today.
Yeah, he's athletic. He has the ability to outrun some of the pressure. Although it is tough then to throw the ball when you're under that much pressure.
Rain seems to pick up a little bit here. Takes a snap, running right.
Oh, look at that play.
And is going to be brought down at about the 18-yard line.
Bear keeps it.
That was Tafasi again, I believe.
Yes. With the sack.
He was there.
Wow.
He was there almost as soon as the snap was off.
That was an impressive play. Yeah, he was in the backfield.
Immediately.
Yeah. Immediately.
Now it's a long 3rd down now.
That was a big play. Make a long 3rd down here with 6:50 to go.
Let's go, Saints fans. Our defense working hard. Let's make some noise. It is 3rd down.
Ball at the 24.
You just don't want to get beat over the top here.
Long 3rd down. Takes a snap, looking to pass.
Here comes
Pressure.
the rush again. And
he is brought down at the 18. Didn't have a lot of time there.
No, that was another play. Sidney Stewart, I believe, got him there.
Sidney Stewart on the tackle.
Good pursuit.
Going to bring up 4th down.
I do not see the punter on the field. The punter is not on the field. It's about a 4th and 20, maybe 22.
There's a lot of time to go in this game, and you have all your timeouts.
And they're going for it.
Yeah,
here we go, and it's 4th down.
That's an interesting call. I'll give the coach credit for aggressiveness here.
5:35 remaining here in the 4th. Takes a snap, looking to pass.
Here comes the rush.
A screen, and it's incomplete. Thrown behind the receiver there. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Saints offense is going to take over at the 19 with 5:27 remaining.
Say it was an aggressive call. I guess as a coach, you look at it and go, well, there's 5:27 to go. We got to get 2 scores, and this is the time to do it. But the rain's picking up. But good stop, good series from the defense, Concordia's defense, to turn that ball, get the ball back for the offense now. Now if you're the offense, you're really you're just handing the ball off here and running.
No need to force anything here.
Yeah, with the rain kind of coming and going.
And if you're the coaches, I'm sure you're saying, hold on to that football.
Yeah. Protect the rock right now.
Handoff up the middle. Alston going to get down to about 17.
Gain of about 3, bringing up 2nd down in the red zone for the Saints.
2nd and 8 here.
I would think St. Paul's has got to start using some timeouts.
Who is missing an iPhone, multicolor phone case. Yellow picture on the front. If you see an iPhone that is not yours just sitting around, please take it to our concession stand.
The clock is just running here.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised there's no timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, now if you get the ball back, you need the ball back twice. So
Yeah. I mean, you always have the option of the onside kick.
what's the why is there play?
There's a player to tie his shoe.
No. Jordan Brooks tying his shoe. Is that what's happening?
No, that is Alston.
That's Alston. Okay.
Takes a snap, hands off to Alston again, trying to bounce it outside, and it's going to get down to about the 12, it looks like, maybe 13.
That was a nice cutback.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle.
3rd and 4 here.
3rd and 4,
And if
clock
you can
is moving.
Yep, keep that the chains moving too. I mean,
Yeah, that would be huge right here. I would take the first down over
a touchdown almost.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take touchdown right now. I'd take the first down over like a field goal, because right now you just want to work the clock down. It's not even about getting more points. It's just running the clock.
It's trying to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Takes a snap, hands off, met in the backfield,
Nope.
really nowhere to go there. Tackled back at about the 17. Clock's still running now, 4 minutes remaining.
Number 55, Jamal Cole, one of the guys on the tackle, and then helping him up. It's going to bring up 4th down.
See, it looks like we are bringing on the kicker here. What, a 30, 35?
34, 35, yeah, ball's at about 17.
Looks like they are setting up for a 35-yard field goal. Clock's still running. Now 3.5 minutes remaining. So to make it a 17-point game. No, I'm sorry. It'd make it a 14-point game. Still need 2 touchdowns if they make this. This is a 35-yard field goal.
We've seen Ryder Benz connect from 38. He hit the crossbar, but he connected.
I'm a broadcaster, not a mathematician. Thank you. Thank you. I only had to take 1 math class in college, so.
Timeout by the Saints.
And there's going to be a timeout here by Concordia with 3 minets remaining here in the 4th.
St. Paul's Crusaders.
I guess before the next broadcast, we'll have to take a math test.
Yeah, well.
And Ryder Benz can make it from here. We've
seen him, 38?
Yeah, we saw the 38 that hit the crossbar. We've seen it's got a pretty strong leg on the kickoffs. So he definitely has the range.
My math is good enough to know if you make a field goal here with 3 minutes left to go up 2 touchdowns, that is,
Yeah.
you feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, you feel pretty good about it. And then there's a lot of pressure on the offense. Then there's a lot of pressure on St. Paul's offense then to make something happen. Been a really good game. Both teams played really well. Both defenses have played really well. Been nice, game-changing plays by both defenses. The offenses have been a little have had difficulty on both sides.
Be a 35-yarder here. Snap, the hold's down, the kick is up. Oh, it's blocked!
Better.
And it's going to be picked up, 40, 50, 40, 30, he is gone, 20, 10-5, touchdown, St. Paul's. And just like that, talk about a momentum shift. What just happened? Wow. Well, you're looking up to go 14.
You know what?
Wow.
I was thinking that just before that happened, and I didn't want to say anything.
I believe it was blocked by Jamal Cole and returned by Josh Steinspring.
This is a huge extra point right here.
Wow.
And it's a one touchdown game.
It's a 5.
Yeah.
It's a 5-point game now. With the extra point, it'd be a 4-point game. But they're going for 2. You think they would. It would make sense to go for 2. They are. They are running out the quarterback and the offense to go for 2 here to try to make it a 3-point game. Wow.
That is a game changer right there. That's a momentum shift. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth, 17-12 in favor of Concordia.
It's been a very interesting game, to say the least.
Yes, it has.
They're going to try and bleed the clock.
So they're moving the football to the left side. That's what the stoppage is there.
Going to
Running
the right.
off to the right.
He's open. Why didn't he throw it to Max?
Oh,
Why didn't he throw it to Max?
and be picked off. Running off to the right, looking to throw, just never did. And when he did, it was picked off.
Yeah, that was sort of a Hail Mary, flip it back,
Yeah.
hope something happened there. It almost looked like there was a hold on the corner, but I don't see any flags or anything, I don't believe.
Appears we do have a player down on the
We have a player
sideline.
down.
That might be the quarterback. I'm not sure. I believe it is Bear, excuse me. But big stop there for Concordia. I mean, now you make it still a 5-point game. You still need a touchdown to win if you're St. Paul's.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely. That's an upsetting sight to see on a football field.
Now his brother, Luke Bear, looks like he is warming up on the sideline.
Oh, he's getting up. That's good. He's up.
That is good to see.
Yep.
To get up and walk on his own power. So still 2:40 remaining here.
A lot of time to go.
In the fourth, and just in a blink of an eye, it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, you were kicking a field goal to make it a 14-point game, I believe, and now you got a 5-point lead with 2:40 to go.
See if we get an onside kick here.
Nobody back deep.
Yeah.
They're dropping.
Now one person jogs back, but
you gotta
I
drop
believe
somebody
still
back.
there preparing for the onside kick here.
Josh Derry is back around the 20-yard line, but yeah, obviously it looks like everybody's playing for that onside kick to come right here. And it's
it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Ball ends up going out of bounds.
But there was a chance there for the Crusaders.
Saints will take over.
There was a definite
chance there. The kick was executed pretty perfectly. The ball stayed low. It was like fielding a low ground ball. And just banged off. It was like pinball. Banged off a couple guys' legs and went out of bounds.
He ran right by it. He should have blew that nigga.
But if you're the St. Paul's defense here, I mean,
you got time.
You're still not out of it.
Yeah, you have your timeouts and 2:35 to go.
And even a field goal, you'd still be in it. You'd still be a one-possession game. So. It's a big drive here for both teams.
Yeah, Concordia has to. You can't just. You got to play hard here.
Yeah.
You still got to play like it's a game. There's no just running the ball and trying to run time off the clock. That doesn't work.
Hands off to Austin. Makes a man miss, gets up to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10 again. 2:28 remaining in this game, I believe.
Timeout.
St. Paul has just called a timeout.
Timeout has been called by the Crusaders.
Really what Concordia needs here is a 1 first down.
Yeah, especially if St. Paul's is going to use their timeouts right here.
Right, so if they blow through their timeouts, then you get the first down. You'll pretty much be able to run the clock out, but you need that first down.
Now, it appears St. Paul's is really rearing up for that run game.
Yeah, they
You
were
see it
stacking the
there.
box there.
They're daring the Saints to throw it here. Incomplete pass obviously stops the clock. You don't have to use a timeout.
Yeah, now's where the game's won in the trenches.
And-
You know, you're gonna have your offensive line. They're gonna be stacking the box, and you need to get there's about 9 yards separating from you running out the clock right now.
What are you doing here if you're Concordia? Do you stick to the ground game and trust your defense? Do you try to throw it?
I think I'm keeping it on the ground, forcing St. Paul's to use up their timeouts. That way, if you put the ball back in their hands, it's going to have to be done without any timeouts.
Oh, and they got him to jump.
St. Paul jumped. That's a big one.
It's not going to give you a first down, but it's going to make it a lot closer.
Now it makes it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I believe so. 2nd and 4 now.
2nd and 3. 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 3 for the Saints.
2nd and 3.
Now in
Split the
Crusaders
difference.
territory.
2nd and 3.5.
Low
Bad
snap. Hands it off. Men in the backfield going to lose about 2 yards there.
Alston gets it just across midfield.
And timeout St. Paul's
Got a timeout by the
with
Crusaders.
2:21 remaining in the 4th.
Down for the Saints when play resumes.
And it's going to be a 4th and 7 here.
Yeah.
A big play. I think we said that a lot today, but big play.
Well, it doesn't. The biggest play is the most current play,
Yeah.
and that's where we're at right now. And this is you either can, I don't know, a big decision. Do you going for it, punting?
I'd throw it here. That's my opinion. Got to trust your quarterback.
Yeah, you do. I think absolutely. I mean, they're single back.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Brooks in the pistol. There's a flag here. It's going to be a false start. Oh, that is killer. And now I would probably be conservative and run the football.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3rd and 11 here. 3rd and 12.
Here comes the blitz.
Hands it off up the middle, but it's going to be met there and lose even more yardage back to the 41. And the clock is running.
On the tackle. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Saints.
Now 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th.
Left in the contest.
Saints on top 17-12.
Need a good punt here.
Yeah. See Weiler there on the end. He's going to be coming after this one.
Got 2 guys back. Delay game. Minute 36 to go. They took the clock down as far as they could.
Delay a game on the Saints.
Oh, Will.
Whistles blow here. I'm not exactly sure.
Aaron's got to scream off his edge. Get past 55.
I think they were just resetting the clock because the clock showed 1:31. Another whistle here. All right, I think we're ready now.
That was like having a 2-minute warning.
Yeah. Bent's back to punt. Here come the Crusaders. Gets the punt off. Be caught at the 35. And to be tackled at the 38. That's where the Crusaders are going to take over. It's a minute 26 remaining.
It's a big minute 26.
First and 10, 1:26 left to go.
And it's touchdown or nothing here for the Crusaders.
Pretty much.
No reason to do a field goal, no reason to punt. Game comes down to this drive here for the Crusaders. Been a hard, I mean, it's been a hard-fought game both sides today. It has been crazy.
Well executed, a lot of big plays.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's all going to come down to this.
Yes.
And they're going to get an offsides here on the defense and get a free 5 yards.
Offsides on the Saints is the call.
It's going to be moved up to the 43 now. Takes a snap, looking to pass, pressure, and is going to be brought down at the 40. Ball comes out. There's a mass.
There's a scrum.
Of human.
Holy cow.
Who has it? I think they're saying Crusaders have it. Yep.
It's going to be second down.
Almost a
clock is ticking.
Game-ending play.
Under a minute.
57. Clock still running. Oh, incomplete pass there with 45 seconds left.
Big pressure coming on the quarterback there. Stops the clock with 45 seconds to go. Third down.
They're down at the 40. Got to get to the 48 for a first. 45 seconds left in this one. This is 2-down territory.
Absolutely.
Make some noise. It is third down.
And there's that siren again. Pressure, throwing deep.
Ball's up to jump ball.
It's tipped. It's caught. It's caught by Steinspring off the tip to the 30. What a play.
First down, Crusaders.
The clock is running. Well, not running because it's a first down, but it will be running here in a second. At the 30-yard line. Wow.
10 from the 30 of the Saints.
somebody's down.
It appears Steinspring is down. It was almost like a Hail Mary type play.
It was,
where
and it got tipped back up in the air.
And Steinspring was at the right place, the right time.
Having the on-the-field presence to bring that ball in. That's a big part of being a good player. Stay in the moment. Don't give up on it. Yeah, it looked like a cramp kind of stretch out there.
He's up and he's walking on its own power, so that's always good to see. But he is going to come out, one of their more explosive playmakers.
Clock should start.
I guess it was an injury timeout. Maybe that's why it's not, or maybe it'll start on the whistle here.
It should start on the whistle. There it goes.
Clock is rolling. 30 seconds remaining. Rolling out to his left. Tries to get it to his receiver there, but it's short.
23 seconds.
Now 23 seconds remaining.
Putting out to Varsity. Gonna bring up 2nd and 10.
And Steinspring's coming back in the game. Wow.
Wow is right. This game has taken a lot of turns.
Let's go, Saints fans.
23 seconds left. At the 30, it's 2nd and 10. Concordia on top, 17-12.
Here
It's
comes
a
the
snap,
blitz.
and here they come, and he is going to be brought down
at the 50.
all the way back.
Sack in the backfield.
Let's see where they spot this ball.
It's got to be at about the 50. The
They're going
clock
to
is
spot it
running.
at the 41.
Oh, at the 41.
10 seconds,
Okay.
9, 8. Got one play. 6.
Here comes the Hail Mary.
5, 4, 3.
Oops,
Oh, he spiked it.
All right. 3 seconds,
3 seconds.
to go. Now you just play a prevent. You just don't let anybody in the end zone.
Now I think Willer might be coming on for this play. Well, maybe not. He walked on the field like he was going to. I thought maybe with his 6'6" frame, you just
jump ball.
Yeah.
Deep as you can. Throw it as far as you can and jump ball.
No. I think he wants to come on the field, but they're saying no.
It is 4th down.
This is for the game. 4th down, 4th quarter, timeout.
Concordia. Man, my blood is pumping.
We have been treated to one heck of a game today.
Yeah, this has been an absolutely fantastic game. The back and forth, there's been everything. We've had some offense. We've had a lot of defense. We've had special teams.
You've had pick sixes, a blocked kick that was returned for a touchdown.
At a crucial time. I mean, this has been an excellent game. Coaches may not agree, but I think it's been an excellent game. They talk about entertaining.
Yeah.
And there's so much at stake. It's homecoming.
Yeah.
There's a possible playoff berth for Concordia. There's just a huge, the first, basically their first
ever
playoff berth. They're 3 seconds away from their first ever playoff berth, which leads you up to a huge game next week. But you gotta play out these last 3 seconds.
The crowd gets loud. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bear in the pistol. 3 seconds. The final play of the game. It's a screen pass to Steinspring. Takes it upfield to the 30. Laterals it back to Bear. Laterals it back. Still at the 30. Another lateral to Steinspring. Gonna cut it across field to the 30. The 35 cuts up again to the 20. Another lateral.
Goodness.
Lateral again. Another lateral. It's still in play.
50 yards
Another
to
lateral
go.
at the 50. A lateral again. Still going.
Somebody
Back
better
at the 50. The 45. Stein Spring has at the 50. Another lateral. It's going to be rolling. It's still
Somebody
going.
fall in the
It's
ball.
over. It is over. Oh, wait. No, they're not calling it.
I don't think they called it down.
I don't think they called it down.
Josh Perry running to the end zone.
I have never seen that.
I'm not sure if that's a
in-
touchdown or not. Either way.
But you know what? Congratulations to Concordia High School.
Concordia.
For Concordia
man.
Prep for going to the playoffs.
First ever playoff trip for Concordia Prep.
What an ending.
Whew.
What an ending.
It was a very
That's the ball game.
slow second half, if you will, until like the last 5 minutes
Yeah.
when it was
You had everything in the last
touchdowns.
5
Yeah.
minutes. Blocked.
It was a blocked kick for a field goal, or a blocked field goal for a touchdown. Excuse me.
Well, you had the St. Paul's coach going for it on fourth down
Yeah.
from like their own 15-yard line. I mean, what a final! What a great game! What a great
And then
game!
that last play, I mean,
Spectators to stay off the field.
Yeah, congratulations to Concordia Prep. Excellent game by the St. Paul Crusaders.
wow. So I guess the last touchdown didn't count.
Yeah, I
Either
think
way.
it might have been dead down. The ball might have been called dead after that last one. Everybody was down there. What a game! I mean, both teams played up to their potential, and what a way to celebrate your homecoming game here.
The Concordia Prep Saints lock up a playoff spot. They win this one 17-12, improve to 4-0 in conference, and have a big game next week against St. Mary's here at Concordia. You got to come out to check that one out.
Absolutely. Fantastic day.